Hey, all you action figure fans, it's me, Justin, the Action Figure Minute, and today we are checking out a pretty lady. Pretty lady, Leatherface. What do we got on here? Who will survive, and what will be left of them? The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And we've got the pretty lady over here on the spine, and on the other spine, and even scarier, a big old sticker from Best Buy, because I got this as an open box, so it's whatever. I open all my figures anyways. And for those of you that are new, that's a great segue. My name is Justin, and this is my channel, Action Figure Minute. And if you're new here, go smash that subscribe button. Greatly appreciate it. Leatherface. I love Bubba. I love Leatherface. We've got the flap here that we can open up, and we can check out everything that Bubba comes with, minus the glare. And I'm currently watching the Netflix Ed Gein show, which Leatherface, Psycho, Hannibal Lecter, they're all based off of Ed Gein. So that's been interesting to watch. A lot of twists in there, I think, from what people are saying is the actual story, more dramatized for Netflix, but it's still a good watch. I'm enjoying it. I think I'm about halfway through. Anyway, let's get to opening up this pre-open Leatherface, because it was an open box. So go ahead and swap this aside. Get rid of that for the recycling person. And we've got Leatherface full loadout here with all the accessories. And I made sure that when I got this that it does have all the accessories, so it is complete. And we have a more open Leatherface coat, top coat, so if you want it more like he's flailing around rather than just standing still, more expressive, running after his victims. This looks like it's kind of blowing in the wind then. Coat rather than just a standard coat, so we'll put that aside for later. And we have a plate full of tasty vittles. Good stuff. Looks like some sausages and some mashed potatoes and maybe some blood sausages too. We've got right here Leatherface's Ryobi chainsaw. It looks like a Ryobi because of the green coloring. I don't think he really had the battery powered Ryobi back then though, but it looks like it could fit the bill. Then we have two hands. Now these they look like they're small weapon holding hands, so it's probably for these little weapon accessories. These are vertically hinged, so swappable hands. We have an armadillo. Let's get this armadillo cracked out of here. Very well sculpted armadillo, I must say. It looks like, due to the lighting that I have on this right now, it's appearing more brown than what it should be. There is brown on it, but it's not that brown, I don't think. I have the soft lighting on to make my skin appear nice and soft, like a pretty woman. But yeah, I like the little armadillo accessory. Go and set that aside. Then let's get out a few more of his weapons here, and those just kind of fall out after you take the plastic cover off. We have a little meat, there we go. We have a little meat tenderizing mallet here. Wooden handle. Kind of a wrought iron steel head. There we go. Whee! Can't zoom in that close. All right. We have this neat little sword, ornamental sword. It looks like it might be, I can't recall, and I don't know if this is going to show up on camera. Let's see. Put it in front of my forehead, maybe. But it almost looks like ceremonial. Like it's on an antler and then a really shiny metal blade. And it feels like it's going to be pretty thin, so you're going to want to be really careful with that. I don't know, is it an antler? Is it a tree branch? Let me know if you know. And then we have a meat cleaver. Looks very nice, kind of rusty. We hope it's rust. Yeah, it looks rusty, kind of weathered. And then let's get Pretty Lady Bubba out of the package here. Now, honestly, I was always surprised that it took NECA this long to getting to making this version of Leatherface. unless it's different licensing for all the different Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. I'm really shocked it took this long to get to this version of Leatherface. I don't know, maybe Leatherface doesn't sell as well. I guess I could imagine that Leatherface does not sell as well as some of the other horror icons like Michael Myers or Freddy or Jason. I could see that just because it's a bit more brutal and grotesque in nature. Maybe not as many people had seen Leatherface as some of the other ones. I mean, Freddy's a bit comical. Jason, I feel like Jason's just a bit more pop. Jason and definitely Mike Myers are definitely a bit more pop culture than our boy Bubba here. But still, I'm going on. I can't believe it took this long for them to make this version of Leatherface. The head on mine feels like it comes off too easy. So that's a bit of a bummer. Because, I mean, it's barely sticking on there. So it'll stay. I mean, I'm doing this, but it also feels like if I articulate it barely, if I turn it, it pops right off. Good or bad, I don't know. It's not terrible. It's not the end of the world. We've got, we'll go over articulation here with Leatherface next. We can put Leatherface's arms, Pretty Woman Leatherface's arms out to the side, like so. Spinning, spinning, spinning. And we can go up and around with the arms. The coat gets in the way a little bit, but not much. We have single jointed elbows that, due to the cut of the articulation, look how far that can bend, way past 90 degrees, so that's really cool. And we've got the waist on a ball joint, so we can get a little bit of forward and back, and then all the way around, I imagine. Yeah, can swivel all the way around. Typical NECA barbell for the hips. We can twist at the waist then some. We've got single jointed knees that do pretty well. Bubba can run after you. And then we've got ankles that are front facing pin and on a rocker. And holes on the bottom for a stand. So all in all, a lot of great typical NECA articulation here. Talking about his costume or his outfit or his design, what I'm seeing here is, first of all, his fly is down. The barn door is wide open on Pretty Woman here. It's a detail I never would have recognized in the movie, but NECA, they got it. They captured it right here. Very short tie on Leatherface Pretty Woman here. Dingy, kind of a white salmon-y looking shirt underneath. And we've got his makeup on. We've got his makeup on the Pretty Woman face that looks really well done, accurate to the film. Hair blowing like crazy, and the overall the dirty blue suit, kind of weathered, kind of worn. So let's get into. Oh, and then we've got this bracelet that Leatherface is wearing on his wrist. And it looks like it's just, yeah, one bracelet's got some little gold doodads on it. All right, what we have to do, we have to give Leatherface his chainsaw. So let's get to that. So to do that, we have to swap hands. I think with Leatherface, what I would recommend doing is putting the hand on the weapon before you peg it into him, just because the grip is pretty tight. And let's see here, yeah. The grip is pretty tight, and I would hate to break like the handle of the saw trying to wiggle that on and manipulate around the figure at the same time. So that's my recommendation there. And then we can go ahead and pop it in. And we have vertically hinged weapon holding hands. So kind of hold it like that. We could put on both weapon holding hands if you want to. I mean, these are just kind of expressive hands where I don't know. I mean, hi, how you doing? How you doing? I'm gonna carve you up. Very short saw for Leatherface, probably film accurate, but you know, when I think of Leatherface, I think of the, what is it, probably part 3 chainsaw that says saw his family or whatever it says and goes out to there. But this is a fun overall look, and we can swap this hand as well. And the bracelet just fell off, so be careful for that if you're swapping hands. Let's see. And let's look at that ornamental knife, and we're going to be very careful with that ornamental knife. Probably is a face carving knife. Yeah, be super super careful with that knife. Especially if you saw my Jason video and how Jason's knife broke in his hand while I was kind of flexing it and putting it in there. I'd be very careful with that. But it's still very unique and very cool looking. But I feel like if I'm gonna have Leatherface, I like that mallet a lot. Let's take this little teeny tiny knife out and put that mallet so we can give him a couple whacks. There we are. So now he's got his mallet out. You can whack him over the head. Kind of a cool little pose right there too. I really, overall, I dig this figure. I'm happy to finally have it. Oh, and let's swap the coat. So to do that, I imagine we got to pop these arms out. All right, so we pop the arms off, and then we just take the coat off, and we can see Bubba shirt all the way around, very dirty, but you can't just put the arms on because then that's going to look really goofy. The sleeves aren't matching his shirt. Let's do that now and see how that looks. A bit more wild and throwing around the chainsaw this way. I really like how they made these arms easy to pop in and out, seems like. Yeah, that looks good. That looks really good with the coat opened up and like he's chasing someone. So I'm definitely leaving my display piece like this. All right, guys. Hey, my wife is calling. I think she's wanting to put the Chinese order in. So we're going to keep this one short. Oh, we've got the plate. We've got the armadillo here. We've got the wife calling. I think we're getting Chinese for dinner, not blood sausages and mashed potatoes. I'm splicing this back into the video. A couple other details I wanted to add. We've got the nick on Bubba's leg from when he got cut, I think by his own chainsaw maybe, if I'm remembering from the right film. I swapped in the meat cleaver here so we can get a little bit of a different look. And then what I also wanted to look at, the last thing is the tie. The tie is basically pegged in, so you can kind of have this articulate to the way that you would want it. Like, again, running after you. He's got his arm pitched up, ready to go, ready to hack down, and then the tie flowing along with the movement here. So all in all, really great figure. Really love the overall aesthetics and everything that NECA captured here with Pretty Woman Leatherface, and I highly recommend. This has been your Action Figure Minute. Peace.